treat money like that. Better give it to me.
No, it's still good. I just folded a bit.
You are not appreciating each money that we use. Undergoes a long process.
So, the process is not that simple, Dad?
Of course not.
There is an institution that regulates currency management, starting from the planning, printing, issuing, circulating, revoking and withdrawing until the destruction of money. The institution is Bank Indonesia, specifically in the Department of Currency Management. The first stage of currency management is planning. The function of planning in the currency management is to determine the estimation of currency needs, including the planning of new emissions to gradually replace the currency in circulation. The new emission is needed to support economic development as well as to prevent counterfeiting. The currency planning is conducted by Bank Indonesia in coordination with the Ministry of Finance. The coordination takes form of communicating the estimation of currency needs for the upcoming year, related to economic variables such as economic growth, inflation rate, rupiah exchange rate, and interest rate. Other variables are the planning of rupiah denominations and the number of rupiah to be destructed. This stage also covers the planning of design, color, security features, currency material, size, as well as the main image of rupiah. The observed side of rupiah banknotes features the picture of a national hero, while other images such as cultural illustration feature in the reverse side. The picture of the national hero is chosen under coordination with the Ministry of Social and will be stated with a presidential decree. The next step is the planning of procurement for currency materials or banknote papers and coins. First, Bank Indonesia has to calculate the number of money to be printed, which will determine the banknotes, papers, and coins needed. The process of currency materials procurement must be accountable and transparently done. The second stage is printing. Under the mandate of Currency Act No. 7 of 2011, Bank Indonesia has the authority to print rupiah. Meanwhile, the printing will be carried out by a state-owned printing or minting company, namely Perusahaan Umum Percetakan Uang Republik Indonesia or Perum Peruri. For the procurement of currency materials or banknote papers and coins, Bank Indonesia will invite reputable domestic and international suppliers. All banknote papers and coins submitted by the appointed supplier must undergo a quality control to ensure its quality meets the specifications set by Bank Indonesia. Banknote papers and coins that pass the quality control then will be printed. The printing process consists of engraving, offset printing, and also intaglio printing. Still in the form of a large plano sheet, all the banknotes printed will be examined and checked to the detail perfection. Misprint banknotes will be marked to be later separated from the rest. A serial number will be given to each banknote printed. Then the plano sheet will be cut, separated, stacked, and packed. All banknote papers and coins that being used for printing must be accounted for by Perum Peruri in the form of fresh money or newly printed money, and also misprint. After printing, the fresh money or the newly printed money will be transported to the vault of Bank Indonesia under a maximum security and protection by the police. Meanwhile, the misprints will be destructed under close supervision of Bank Indonesia. The third stage of currency management is issuing. The issuance of rupiah currency is conducted through the issuance of new emissions, upgrading, or new design for certain denomination in circulation, and also with the issuance of commemorative currency. Commemorative currency is issued with a special purpose, such as memorial of certain event, or else issued for its unique usability, such as uncut banknotes. The issuance of rupiah is preceded by a thorough and comprehensive planning to ensure that the currency issued is of a proper quality and public confidence will be maintained. This includes the replacement of a certain denomination or issuance of a new emission, in which the nominal value or the denomination is taken into account. Lifetime in circulation, counterfeiting level, intrinsic value, and updated security features are all taken into account when Bank Indonesia is replacing a certain denomination with new design. Meanwhile, new emission is issued by considering the purchasing power, practicality for transaction, and also the intrinsic value. The next stage is circulating. Based on a certain soil level, the Department of Currency Management will be sorting all banknotes and coins deposited by the commercial banks. Later, banknotes and coins fit for circulation will be recirculated together with the fresh money or the newly printed money. From Bank Indonesia head office in Jakarta, rupiah then will be distributed to all of Bank Indonesia regional offices throughout Indonesia. Trucks and trains are usually used for the land transport. The sea transport utilizes cargo and passenger ship, while airplane is used for the air transport. Cash is also circulated through cash services provided by Bank Indonesia. The indoor cash services include receipt and payout of cash to commercial banks, and also an immediate exchange of currency for public at exchange counters located at Bank Indonesia. Cash withdrawals and cash deposits from commercial banks are done through a queuing system. Only the appointed bank official or cash-in-transit companies are able to do the cash transaction. Meanwhile, for the outdoor cash services, Bank Indonesia provides mobile cashier services located in public areas, such as traditional markets, train stations, and office buildings. The mobile cashier services has reached as far as the Anambas Natuna Islands and many other border areas of Indonesia. Together with the Indonesian Navy, Police, and other related ministries, Bank Indonesia Mobile Cashier also serves its currency exchange services to people in remote, border, and outermost areas of Indonesia. Another outdoor cash services is cash custodian services. This service is provided through cooperation with a local commercial bank and aimed at better serving people in areas outside the coverage of Bank Indonesia cash services or blank spot areas. That's how this money gets into our hands and ready to be used for transactions. So, before this money even gets to you, it might already travels across Indonesia. From the big cities, remote areas, and finally here at your hands.
But this one is crumpled, Dad.
That's because you are careless.
What are you guys discussing about?
I'm just explaining the process of currency management done by Bank Indonesia to Rama. Look how careless he is with money.
You're lucky it doesn't rip.
So what if it rips? Does it lose its value?
If it torn, you still can exchange it at Bank Indonesia or any commercial bank around you. All rupiah that is unfit for circulation, such as damaged, torn or burned, and rupiah that has been revoked as legal tender and withdrawn from circulation can be exchanged at Bank Indonesia.
Oh, how about old money? You can reimburse that also?
It means that money is already revoked as a legal tender and withdrawn from circulation. There's also a mechanism on that. The next stage, or the fifth, is the revocation and withdrawal. Every denomination that being revoked as a legal tender and withdrawn from circulation will be announced to public through Bank Indonesia website or other communication media. The right to exchange the rupiah currency is valid for 10 years after being revoked and withdrawn. For the first 5 years, the exchange can be done at any commercial bank and also at Bank Indonesia. After that, the exchange can only be done at Bank Indonesia. After 10 years, the right to exchange will be expired.
So what are they going to do with all that money, Dad?
Now, we are entering the last process of currency management, the destruction. Banknotes unfit for circulation will be destructed using banknote shredding machine. It can also be destructed using banknote sorting machines with counting, sorting, and shredding functions. Meanwhile, unfit for circulation coins will be melted down. The amount of banknotes and coins destructed by Bank Indonesia will be reported periodically to the government and will be stated on the State Gazette of the Republic of Indonesia.
All the 6 stages will go on and on like a cycle.
Oh, but Dad, why do they keep changing the picture on the money?
Rupiah will undergo constant design process because the technology always changes. Our rupiah has to stay updated security. The main reason is to prevent money counterfeiting. It brings a devastating effect to the economy.
One of the risks faced by Bank Indonesia is counterfeiting. Preventive measures and law enforcement is conducted in combating counterfeiting. There are 5 state institutions engaged in counterfeit deterrence in Indonesia, working hand in hand under one agency called Bota Supa. The 5 institutions are the State Intelligence Agency, the Indonesian National Police, the Attorney General, Ministry of Finance, and Bank Indonesia. Preventive measure in combating counterfeiting is conducted through the continuous improvements on the security features of rupiah. Along with that, Bank Indonesia also conducts education and socialization to the public on the authenticity of rupiah. Bank Indonesia fully supported the law enforcement in combating counterfeiting. As a support, Bank Indonesia also provides technical assistance for the examination of evidence from counterfeiting cases through its Bank Indonesia Counterfeit Analysis Center or BICAC. That is the journey of rupiah. Department of Currency Management from Bank Indonesia will always try to fulfill its mission to provide sufficient banknotes and coins that fit for circulation and to fulfill cash needs for the public in terms of nominal as well as denomination in a timely manner. The Department of Currency Management will also develop itself to be a reliable institution in ensuring rupiah as a payment instrument in a proper quality, trusted and accepted by the public. Each of the money in our hands undergo all the process, so each rupiah, regardless its value, is valuable. We have to take good care of it. We are also obliged to use rupiah in every domestic transaction. Let's take care of rupiah, our pride and glory as Indonesian.